Good evening. It's Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock, so it's time for me to get down to the bench and do some stuff. Now, I have been doing stuff on the bench during the day today because the Iron Man delivery turned up. Not the Iron Man delivery. That's what I've just been watching Fox do. The Terminator delivery turned up to issue 110. So yeah, that's almost finished. I'm still editing and sorting it out, but the next video in that series, 107, should be coming live tomorrow morning, assuming I manage to get it edited and uploaded tonight, which shouldn't be a problem. So yes, keep an eye on that for the next few days. And by then I should have had other stuff, and next week I should have more issues coming out of different part works, because all the part works should be coming in the next few weeks. As I say, I did watch Fox do his foot. He's put his foot in it earlier on, so yeah, it looks like he had fun doing that. He's definitely enjoying the Iron Man. He wasn't really bothered by it. It was like, no, I suppose I better do the Iron, but he's really enjoying it. It's really good. Go and watch that. He's done the first 2 episodes. So go and watch that. Today I am not doing Iron Man. I'm not doing any metal at all. I'm doing wood. You can't even see it because I've not even got the thing down here. I'll push the button so you can see it. Down here you can see the Marble Squad Marble Run, which is the wooden kit that I'm doing at the moment. I started it a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's one of those ongoing parts where I'm not just going to throw everything away and just do this. I'm doing this week. Then next week I'll be doing something different. I haven't done any Metal Earth for a while. I think I'm going to do a bit of K2SO next week. So this week is marbles, but it spins, it turns, it does things. So I shall get down there. I'll say hello to everybody that's in the chat. I know Wendy and Gemma were the first ones in. It always seems to be the ladies turn up early for my streams. I don't know why. It's very strange. Wendy's not often here, but Lynn's often in early, and yeah, I don't mind. It's just very strange. Fox is actually here, or he was here, then he went away, but he said he was coming back. Whether he's back, I don't know, but it's unusual for Fox to make it on a Wednesday night, because it's a bit early for him to be watching the telly, so Evening Fox. Hugo is also here, as is somebody else. Who did I see? It was Eric, the Twisted Rail Hobbies. So welcome. And that seems to be every. No, just as I said, that's everyone. William Copsing, William Rayburn. Good evening and welcome. I'm going to go down to the bench because that's where things happen down here. I'm still here in the corner, but only in the corner. So, you know, the most important stuff happens down here now. This is what I've built so far. Let me get the box out of the way. That's the way of doing that. Right. So far, we've done this. The framework of everything was built up first, and then this whole powered piece, so you can actually turn the thing and make the balls drop in and fall up and move and stuff with hinges and everything. So I don't know what's next. I haven't looked ahead, but let's get on with it. Now this is a wooden kit, as you can tell by it being made out of wood. You can tell it's also on these wooden sprues, which are quite cool. They're all laser cut, so they pop out quite easily. You don't need any tools for removing them from the sprues. But sometimes when they, or pretty much all the time, when they come off the sprues, they do leave a little nub piece on the sprue. So you do have to take care of that. But they think of everything. They give you stuff to sort yourself out. In the little box down the bottom here, we have a couple of tools for the assembling, some wax for the lubricating, some sandpaper for, again, sanding, and parts that have fallen off because the laser cutting worked so well that it all fell apart a little bit. So I'll take those out of there. I've got another spindle which I don't think I'm going to use. Those I don't think I'm going to need. The marbles, which I don't need until the end. So I'll put those in there. I'll move the box out of the way. And I'll put the bits down there. That can go over there. These can go up the back there where I've got them if I, or when I need them, should I say. Sandpaper I often need. The wax is occasional use. The tools are occasional use. And yeah. Right, let's have a look. What did we do last time? Last time on Midweek Makings, did that bit. Did that, put that on there. And that's that. Now it's got a picture of 2 on either end. One of them's got 2 on either end, one of them's only got 1. Yeah, that one has got 2 on either end. That's okay. And that one's only got the 1 for some reason. I don't know why, but it always goes like that. So, yeah, everyone's here in the chat saying hello to everybody. Cool. That's that. I've done that bit. And I did that bit. That was the last piece that we did, putting on the little bits, little supports for the run. I think I turned over the page and said, no, back away quickly. Yeah, it started a new section. So it's always good to start a new section on a new stream. And none of this is going to be using any of this. So I'll move this all out of the way as well. Get that over there. And I've got the instructions here. Let's get things organised a little bit. We can start organised. It might not end organised, but we can always start organised. That's always a good place to go. I do have my traditional glass of brandy to keep me going throughout the stream. I know when it's time to finish the stream when the brandy runs out. That's the easy way of doing it. So, let's go. These sprues are numbered. The parts themselves are actually numbered, which is handy when bits fall off because you can still see that that is B19. These are all A's by the looks of it, so it's quite easy to find the bits you need. And on this particular model, it gives you a breakout of the parts you need for that particular stage. Already up and running. So we need two D19s, a D20, and 2 G4s. So I'll put these, I'll stand them up over there. These are B's. I didn't need B. D and G. There's D. There's another B that's fallen off. It's E. There's some bits on the G4. There's a lot of G4s. So let's get 2 of those off. Like that. There's 1. And that is the second one. There's the second one. Right, so that's out of the way now. That's the G's. I still need the 19 and 20. Let's get rid of that. D19. I see several of those there, so we get 2 of them out. D19. There's lots of them. That's interesting. And 20 is this first one here. It looks like we're going to be using a lot of these parts for now. Mark Sherlock is here. Lord Barkley is here. Scumble and Chaos is here. Everyone's coming in now. Look, see, have you got notes? Because you're late. Twisted Rail says you don't need to be losing your marbles. No, I wouldn't want to be losing my marbles live on the telly. That'd be rubbish. Yeah. Now, sandpaper, again, just to get rid of the rough edges. Some of these parts are going to be moving. So it's always a good idea to make sure there's no sharpness as well as the nub pieces. I don't know if these are going to rotate or how they're going to work, so it's always good just to get rid of them. Make sure you're okay with that. It's sanded down the edges a little bit. And these are, again, going to fit into a... These are like connecting pieces that are going to hold things together. That's always good to get rid of those. Athel's come in as well. Edward. It seems to be around Muse. I thought Muse came in a little while ago. Well, I said hello to Muse already. I don't remember. Fox says, what's Chris making? I know he's just said, but I was elsewhere. This is the Rocker Marble Squad 3D wooden puzzle. It's the Marble Run, they call it. What do they call it? Marble Run, they call it. It's going to look like that at the end. It's a hand operated. You crank it, and basically the marbles go in there. You lift them up to the top, and then they get lifted up, and then they come down and twiddle around. It's just like an executive toy. Except I'm not an executive. Right, it's going to look like that when I'm finished. So I've got this piece, the D20. G4s, they go either side, and that goes in the middle. So we can put those in there like that. I know they're not all the way in, but they will be when I put this bit on the other side. Just like that. That goes on there. This bit will go on the other side. Getting the right way up. Keep them the same way up. It always looks good. And then I can just squish them down like that. And we have one big piece. Sound again just to make sure it's going to move, because I think something's going to push against and lift this. So we'll see how it goes. Fox says, I think you thought you did one of these in there before times, or am I imagining that? I did a very similar one before, but this is a different one. This one I bought myself. The previous one, at the same time that I bought myself one, Gemma bought one for me, which is a slightly different make, slightly different operation. The bit at the back was a different shape. So it's all just that little bit different. Right, that was that. That's easy. Right, now we've got to do the same with 21. It looks like that's G4, D19, D21. All right, same with 21, same with 9, which has also got 19s on it. So what I'm going to do is get out all the bits for this. So there's 2 of them for that, 2 of them for that. There's 2 of them for that. Yeah, so the previous one was a different manufacturer, and things are done in a slightly different way. So it's interesting to... I'll compare the 2 of them at the end, and we'll see how it looks. Edward is asking if Fox knows if Ted's on tonight. As far as I know, he is, but I haven't heard from him during the day. I know you weren't asking me, but you know. Yeah, with Ted, we're never uncertain. Never entirely certain. Fox is just going to ask Ted, I think. He might know. He might not know. He might not realise what day it is. 9 is the next one, which is the next one up. 8, yeah, the next one up. That one. 7. Yep, there it is. Come on, get 7 up there. Is that 6 the next one? 6 is the next one. So let's get that one. Might be easier to come out as it's next to 7 anyway. That's that one. These are getting gradually longer. I think this is the little step bits that are going to lift the ball up. That's that. Right, so for each of these I need 2 of the oars. So we've got 2 there. 1 there. Another one there. Out you come. I've shouted across the internet at a great respectable captain. Yeah, he might be home. You never know. You might even notice that he's got a message and answer. You might not. You can never really tell with Ted. But the fact that he's been alerted to the fact that it's Wednesday might mean that he's around. Okay, that's all of the parts for this. So that's good. I'm not going to sand all of those yet. I'm going to do the... Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just get these pieces in. I think they're going to be a good fit. They were before. They weren't too much of a problem. So assuming that these are going to work the same again, shouldn't have any trouble. He says, not having trouble. It's got on there all right. That's that one, right? So I'll leave that there to remind myself that I need to sand it. Fox says to Wendy that he thought she'd appreciate him not releasing a video at 1 AM. Yeah, I might have watched it this morning rather than last night. But yeah, it's always good to have new content to wake up to. So if you haven't seen it already, go and watch Fox put his foot in it. It's interesting. He does it in a slightly different way to I remember doing mine. In that, you know, but yeah, it's always worth watching. Even if you've already seen me do it, watch Fox do it because it's funny, because it's electricity. Fox doesn't do electricity. Fox says, I bet he'll suddenly be scrambling to set up because I've just reminded him it's Wednesday. Yeah, he's got a couple of hours yet. He'll be all right. Steve131 is here. Good evening. Welcome. Oh, too far through that. How has everybody been? How is everybody in the world of chat? Are you all doing all right? Have you had a pleasant week? That doesn't look good, but I'm sure it'll be all right. Pretty sure that'll be all right. We'll find out in a minute. There's probably a spare of that if I should need it. I reckon that's going to be plenty good enough as it is. Yes, so it's Wednesday, so how is everybody? So today I was in receipt of the next 4 Terminator builds, so I spent the afternoon doing those. After, of course, I had a quick stream over on Team Inept. Myself and Katie did a little bit of streamage early afternoon of Moss, the VR mouse game that she's working her way through. So we played some of that, which was quite good fun. Then, I say I've been doing this. Mark Triller says, all the better for seeing you. Ah. Fox says, when Chris gets to a tricky bit, he edits that bit out. When I get to a tricky bit, I activate Hissy Diva Wibble mode. No, that was only on the live stream of the X-Ring. That was definitely Diva mode. I don't edit out my mistakes. I edit out things that are very, very boring. For instance, one bit of the Terminator build, the last bit of the build of the actual Terminator itself. There's 2 little tubes that you need to screw into the head. And boy, that was tricky. It was the hardest bit of any part work ever that I've ever done. And it just really